Well, a day has passed since I last looked at this, so I'm trying to reorientate myself with the position. So, yeah, obviously this is pointless. I realise now I can't add presence that isn't there. My tracks are empty, so we'll put that back. And I've realised something that would be good is to actually do this to gain a major power. Without forgetting, because Serpent is just kind of playing everything right now, so I think that's actually something pretty worthwhile for Serpent here. So I can do that fairly easily because I've got the elemental boon and I've got the 3 elements, so I just need the 3 greenery. So I'm going to gain a greenery like that, and then I'm going to gain another greenery with boon. And then, so what obviously would be good is to... I would like to Blazing Renewal. We do still have a single destroyed presence, and I think it would be good to do that. And obviously, Gift of Proliferation means that those last 2 presences will come down, putting the Serpent into silly territory. Just silly. Just silly. We don't really have the ideal icons for going for this. I don't think I've ever triggered this in my entire life. Maybe today will be the day. So... yeah, and I'm not going to be able to trigger the threshold on Blazing Renewal, but I can just use Stem the Flow of Fresh Water, especially if it's in a mountain or sand, to finish off anything. Though, for the most part, we don't have multiple cities anywhere, as far as I can tell. I think this is probably the good thing to do. Our Ravage, our Absorb, our Elemental Aegis just takes care of this Ravage fairly easily, or it can take care of these, actually. This is, although we are against Sweden, and this is 5 damage, it's an 8 damage total. By the time we've absorbed Essence, as long as I do it in the right order, then we'll be up to 5 Essence and 7 defense from that. So, yeah, so I think maybe we, yeah, So, we've still got a healthy island as well, a sickeningly healthy island. We've even got infinite vitality that at this point, I mean, why am I playing that? I guess we can use it to absorb some blight, so we could Aegis, say, in here, and we could vitality in here. So I need to actually have a presence there, so I need to remember to place a presence in here with the proliferation. And it's that funny thing with Two-Spirit, it's kind of, it's easier, like you're so much more powerful, but then it's just, complex. And I want to proliferate, I think. I want to get up to this ridiculous 12 energy. ASAP. That's the priority. Blazing Renewal is still going to be pretty worthwhile, so I think I'm going to go with that. And Stem. So we're going to Aegis in here, and then Vitality in here. And so Green has one more play, and we could use the Root Biters to just push a couple of towns into there. I'm not even sure where I'm going to do this Blazing Renewal. Let's have a look at the old Mapperoonie. The old Mapster. I mean, we could do it in one of these places. I guess we'll see what the Explore card is. That's probably relevant. So, onwards. Right, so the first thing I need to do is I need to absorb some Essence. I guess I could do that after the Blazing Renew. We need to... And the reason we need to do that is so that we can actually place enough of our presence on the board. So we've got 4, 6, 8, 10 presence right now. So we're okay. We're okay. So we are Aegising in here, but we need to absorb first. So we will do that first. And we'll absorb from somewhere that's easy. Maybe here. Absorb from that. And, gaining an element. I hadn't even considered that, of course. So, I mean, I guess we could get a moon and be a bit more creepery. Oh, maybe we could get the threshold with that. If we get a... yes, you're just like accidentally having lots more power than I suspect here. So I can use Elemental Boon to get the threshold on this and get this ability activated. It's a shame that obviously it's a bit late to use this, and I think next time I play Serpent, I'm going to probably try and use these innate powers a bit more effectively. So we've absorbed the Essence. We need to Aegis in here. we need to proliferate and put a sacred site in here. So, in there. Oh, and we're going to gain... Well, I guess the thing we're really crying out for is the greenery. Though we don't actually need multiple greenery. I wonder if we can actually get towards this top tier. Not this turn. Yeah, not this turn. So we'll just go straight in with the greenery. So now we've got this. It's a slow power thing, so I'm going to rush into it. Oh yeah, and we've got this indomitable claim. So actually... Yeah, I don't think it actually matters what order we do this in. So we need the third fire and the third mountain. We've got the greens covered, so we could go with Boone to give a sun, a mountain, and a fire. So now we're up to our threshold on claim and on renewal. Okay, right, so we will infinite vitality. Now we've got a sacred site here. We could infinite vitality in here, and we could absorb a presence from somewhere. I guess we'll absorb it from this desert. This is horribly healthy, this island. And then we've got the indomitable claim, and we can prevent a ravage and a build. So obviously we want to leave that where it is. And I mean, don't think we care too much where we do it. We're mainly doing it for the fear. I suppose we could do it over here, maybe. Yeah. Mainly doing it for the presence placement, and the fear's nice too. Okay, we've got an extra defend here. We'll just stick that somewhere. Embarrassment, and we've got our blazing renewal. So, oh yeah, the rock biters. We're gonna have to think about them next turn, and stem is also gonna be. That's gonna be in the slow phase. All right. Okay, so this isn't perfect because of the separation there. So we do have the extra 4 damage, so we can basically clear any land we like. This land has no presence in, so it's a bit more problematic, I suppose, than these. Obviously, I don't really want to add serpent presence to the board because of my limitations, though. So I think it's going to be probably here, because that's quite a big built-up land, and I don't have any presence in there. So so I target myself, of course, and going to add to this land. That's alright. And each player may gather and explore into land with buildings, or gather a town into land with cities. So we could think about when we're gonna do our next blazing renewal. That could be pretty nice. So, I mean, this is a good land to have loads of stuff in, because we have the technology to wreck it. Though we can prevent a build, I suppose, which is also valuable. Yeah, let's prevent a build. I think that's pretty much always a worthwhile use of time. Oh, and I can do it twice. Do I have another easy build to prevent? I suppose this is a pretty good build to prevent as well, because it's kind of all the way over there. Each player may push up to 3 explorers or towns from an inland land. Okay, well, this ravage, of course, takes care of itself. 3 towns. Alright, so that's perfect for just setting up a big smash at some point. Though actually we don't have vast clusters of towns. We could push... So, I mean, this is a good candidate for being slapped, as is this. That's, of course, not an inland land, so I'll stop hovering over it, expectantly. We could go with... I mean, I suppose we could just push all these explorers in here. Into this desolate wasteland. I mean, we've got a healthy island. Even the Swedes dropping double blight, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Let's just bring them all into there. Okay, so we're being asked if we want to prevent a build here. I mean, it is a town that's being built, and we do want to have destroyed presence for our blazing renewal. I mean, yeah, I think probably we do want to do that. And then which one's it asking us about now? This one here. I mean, we are more about preventing the ravage. And this is a pretty serious ravage, but again, I think we kind of want some destroyed presence kicking around the place. I'm kind of forced into the reclaim next turn, unfortunately. I'm actually going to allow that build there. Except the trouble is we actually basically forced to place a presence each turn, so actually we probably did need to destroy 2. Possibly a mistake. Okay, we've got our root biters, and we've got our stem the flow, and we've got our creepers, so we can do lapsing into Bristolian there. This feels early. Okay. So this is a smash land. This is a smash land. Can we actually do anything in just a regular land? That's not about the smash. Of course, the creepers mean that we are restricted to lands where we have our influence. So there is only this one where we can actually do anything. So I guess we'll do it. We'll destroy a town, I suppose. And we've got the root biters, so we can push into this land. So we're kind of doing, it's a bit like a river style strategy at this point of just making smash lands. Though I think everyone likes to make a smash land from time to time. Alright, we've got this, and I have not factored this in at all. So 4 damage, and then some fear, and a push in with Serpent, but it is damage to buildings. So we could do some damage in here or in here. It's actually a fair amount of damage, 4 damage, so I mean, it's not going to get us to the next fear threshold. Actually, it will, because it's going to gain us another 2 fear. So, yeah, okay, well, I feel it's a waste though to do it in there, because that's a smash land, so I'm just going to do it in here. Okay, then we've got Waking in Power, so I think unfortunately we're going to get some of the benefit on this. Okay, so we can reposition. I don't to actually have any real desire to reposition these. I don't think. I guess I could think about Aegises in future turns. This is the ideal Aegis spot, so as long as I'm in there, that's fine. I suppose I could move this one into here. And so I could reposition, so a bit more of an interesting decision for green. We could make a sacred site over here, but then this is actually much. We should use this as an opportunity to get somewhere that isn't a green land. Let's go for here just so we've got an adjacent sacred site. And so Serpent is going to gain this. So, see, it's showing us we've already got the threshold on that. That's at least some big damage. We're going to have so much energy that we don't care that it costs 5. Fire is also useful for us. And it's a good chunk of fear as well. I mean, we've got fire there without even trying, so I think that's probably the one to go with. Defense 5 against Sweden is just not really going to cut it. That mustard is just uncut, so we're going to go with that. And then, oh, I actually get a fresh selection. So, Vigor, good old Vigor, Mortensen. Paralyzing Fright. Can we get the? Do we have the purple? Of course, as we have Elemental Boon kicking around, we don't really. We're not too worried. That, it's easy for us to get incidental icons. Terrifying Nightmares. We're not very moony. Not anymore. We've got some moons, but we're not really using them. Though Gift of Proliferation is going to be phased out because we're just not going to be able to use it anymore. What's our Dahan situation looking like? We've got a pretty lackluster collection of Dahan. Paralyzing Fright is just 8 fear. Big fan of Paralyzing Fright. Let's see. I mean, it's a fear card just for one thing. It's quite expensive. And we as green, we're not swimming in energy. We're unlikely to get this threshold effect without some work, because we need the 3 yellows. I suppose we can use Fields Choked, which you're probably going to want to use anyway if we're doing big smashes. Yeah. Do we have any Dahan movement? I mean, Vigor could be pretty good. It's handy for mopping up at the end of the game. I think I'm going to go for Vigor. Okay, so... Oh, I nearly called the Serpent Spider there, showing you how early it is in my wake-up cycle. Right, so we have jungle and wetland ravages. So we've got one, I mean, this is preventable, there's no one in there. This is very aegisable. Like, obviously this is not... I suppose we could have moved a presence into here. Actually, well, this is clear as well. Then we can Aegis to deal with this and this, but this is actually quite big. This is like 10, 12, so Aegis won't cut it there. But I think that's okay. We can let a bit of blight go down. We can just accept a bit of blight in our life. I mean, yeah, we need to reclaim. See, Indomitable Claim is now less desirable. We're going to have 23 energy. That's a lot of energy. It's asking us to move our presence now. So, jungle, wetland. I don't feel like there's anything that needs doing, particularly from the old moving presence point of view. Let's just move that there, maybe. And so you have no more presence to add. So we're looking at gaining more energy that we don't need, or gaining a power card. And I think we can forget Indomitable Claim maybe, or Absorb Essence. So yeah, let's gain a major. So we just want to be doing all the damage, and we're looking for. We're a bit short on moons. Moon, Fire, Mountain is good for us. That would be pretty good. Vengeance of the Dead is not necessarily what we want. We like threshold effects. And this is another rancid collection of mages. I mean, yeah. I mean, almost just taking it for the moon, just to get us towards this. I mean, this is going to do a fair amount of. This is hopefully going to be our finisher. There's part of me that just wants to work towards that because I've never used it. Let's get rid of something that doesn't have a moon on it. See, Boon is our friend. Is the time of the Aegis at an end? I think Infinite Vitality is really good. Yeah, I think the time of the Indomitable Claim is over. With Heavy Heart, you've served us well. Okay, just the 24 energy. Okay, fine. And right, so green actually has a nice hand of cards there. Well done, green. You've done really well. Got this piddling little ravage in here to think about. I mean, that's a nice thing to vitality and just absorb all this, make this unfeasibly healthy island. This island works out. It has a good diet. What's in our discard? I mean, stuff that we don't really care about as far as I can tell. I mean, Blazing Renewal would be nice, but we can't reclaim it, and we could reclaim it and afford to play it, but we wouldn't be able to get the thresholds on it. Oh, actually, I'm lying. We would be able to get the thresholds, especially if we're being granted. Well, if we're being granted elements, I think we need to keep the damage flowing. So maybe it's a reclaim. Or maybe we just gain a fresh new major. But I've realised that the problem is I'm going to be forced, I think, to place this present. So maybe I'm not going to be able to use Blazing Renewal there. Yeah, maybe that's how it works. I'm not sure. Not sure. So maybe I'm going to gain a major here. It'd be nice to get something to go with Vigor. We can even look at the deck. There aren't that many left. Power Storm, of course, could be pretty nice, and that will possibly enable our Vigor. Jungle Hungers, yeah, giving it the correct name for a change. Tsunami, that's close to looking pretty clear. I mean, reclaim. We could just reclaim and gain, but we are kind of short on the power. And yes, I think I'm going to prevent this Ravage. And then, oh yeah, I've got no presence in there. Important not to fall into the tank though. It's always very tempting to fall into the tank. We can clear this just with some straight old-fashioned Vigor. So actually, I think I am going to go with a minor power here and try and get something that complements the Vigor. So what that would mean is something with a yellow icon on, basically. Because it's getting to 3. So Purifying Flame. I mean, I guess we can use that to clear one more. Yeah, I think that's okay. Feels a bit weird. So I think this is this optional? I don't know if it is. My game knowledge being tested. Oh, I can just reposition from somewhere on the island. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. So I think I will reposition because it has to be jungle or wetland. Gee, a lot of presence has been absorbed here. I kind of like this mountain being here. Okay, fine. I think I will pay pay one. Stop being so tight about it. Let's put it somewhere where it can maybe be destroyed at some point. Let's put it there. So thinking about the renewal. Okay, so we can do some purifying. So hopefully, if we can get the threshold, we can use it to just clear up some of these lands that are just kicking around. So we just need one more animal, a beast, the old reds, and yeah, we just want to be throwing out damage. I mean, we've got so much energy. It'd be mad not to. Vengeance of the Dead, huh? What's the world coming to? I mean, Pillar of Living Flame is going to do 10 damage. And it's going to do an extra damage for every. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage. And if I get the red business, then I'm actually going to get some damage in adjacent lands. We can prevent some builds. I mean, it's an unusual thing to see Vengeance actually doing anything. Really, it's the sordid truth. We don't really care about Absorb Essence anymore. We don't want to lose our presence particularly, so with Serpent now, we've absorbed a fair amount. So we're going to prevent this Ravage. This, I guess that's just going to Blight, that's okay. I'll live with that. And then this is obviously fine. We can defend this with Aegis. This might also Blight too, but... oh yeah, green still has a few things to do. Has some things up there. Green sleeves. We're gonna be using Boon to grant a beast here, and then just whatever icons are nice for maybe waking in power. So we've got good fire, we short of water, short 2 green. So maybe we can get this effect again. So I think if we do that now, and we're gonna give a beast. A green. I guess we could just use our own beast. A beast and a green. And a blue. Beast green blue with this. So let's just scurry over here. I suppose actually really probably want to just be thinking about setting up in these big smashers. The old smasheroons. Do I have... yeah, and also being fairly economical would be good. I like the idea of just getting some getting some fear going as well. Yeah, we set up for the smash. We're probably going to reclaim next turn anyway. We've got a little bit of creeping. We've got a piddling amount of defend. Right. So, I've got to remember, what was I going to boon? It was going to be greenery, beasts, and water. So, greenery, beasts, water. So hopefully we've now got some thresholds. I can see I've got some new thresholds because my achievement just popped up. So yeah, we've got the vengeance threshold, we've got the vigor threshold, we've woken up in power, so you know, I'm very happy about that. Right, let's Aegis in here. That's the right Aegis location. Yeah, we're very much preventing this with the blight. Sorry, we're preventing this ravage. We can dark and tangled somewhere. I guess there's part of me that does just play things in random places, partly because of the experience of playing with events. So we'll see all about that when Branch and Claw is released on the digital version. So we've got this utility destruction, and we've got Vengeance of the Dead. So this is hopefully this is not something I use very often. So we're going to put this where we're going to pillar, and in pillar it's going to do 10 damage, and then for everything that's destroyed it's going to do an additional damage. So I mean, this is the one that's slightly more awkward to deal with. So I'm going to go, I think, with here. The reason it's more awkward is because it's a desert rather than a wetland. And at some point earlier in the playthrough, I did designate sand and mountains as snake business. All right, let's infinite vitality and oh, we didn't get the threshold on infinite vitality. Never mind. Never mind. Okay, so these guys are going to fight back in the ravage. They are actually doing something. So what we can do is we can attack with these guys, push them in here, kill those guys. I mean, there's lots of things like that. Or even push this way. The nice thing, I guess, about pushing this way is we're kind of accumulating an army over here. And then we could maybe use the Dahan in future to deal with this land here. This is a wetland. This is green business. Let's go in that direction. Yeah, this is sand business, so this is serpent business. Okay, so we're gonna vigorously destroy that, and we can actually push to multiple areas if we want to be clever. But this area is sorting itself out anyway, so there'll be no need for that. Okay, so there's a couple of builds prevented. We can move a town or a city from inland land, can we? Well, I guess we could remove one of these. Oh no, let's prevent this build. It is nice playing against enemies that allow you to prevent builds in a straightforward fashion. I've been scarred by lots of England playthroughs. Let's remove one of these as well. So we've got Ravages. I'm going to prevent this one. Did get a little bit of blight down there, but a single city is still only one blight, so that's nice. And do I want to just prevent some of these? I mean, if I prevent this, it effectively prevents the Ravage from mattering. I think that's worthwhile, especially as we want to have some destroyed presence kicking about. Yeah, I think I will prevent that. I think I will. Okay, we have the S and W. So obviously this is the thing where we've got sand into sand. So if we can deal with the sand in the Ravage, then we don't have to worry about the build. Alright, so we've got Pillar of Living Flame. Obviously, we'll see. 10 damage is gonna, probably not exactly finish it. Would be nice to use the overflow damage to clear this land in here, though, which we are able to do with the Vengeance. So just need to make sure we destroy 4 different things, which will be 2 cities, 2 towns. Obviously, that's not maximizing our Vengeance damage, but I think getting rid of this is pretty valuable. And then we've got to think about our fields' token growth, so we can think about centralizing people in here, which feels pretty good. Or yeah, I think pushing people into there, and Purifying Flame just for a bit of. Oh, the problem, of course, with Purifying Flames, it requires a sacred site, and I no longer have sacred sites over here. So well done, peasant. Well done. Done really well. Okay, we'll push this guy into here, and oh yeah, we've got rousing as well. This is I guess we can destroy this town, which is pretty good. It means that this is much more defensible. Actually, oh, and then there's this business in here, so oh, that's good. That will work with our vengeance. So that's actually pretty good. We're going to be doing 3 damage in there. To buildings. Pillar actually can destroy these explorers, so let's see if we actually... let's see if this is actually going to do the work. I probably, in theory, should go with Wakes and Power first. Let's go with Wakes and Power first, just in case we gain a major that we are particularly excited by. I guess I want to think about future turns for Aegising. This might be a good spot for an Aegis because of these 2 sands. This, we've already in this spot here for all these sands and mountains. So I think I will actually push one of these presents over to... Oh, I've just got to be mindful that I don't destroy a important sacred site. Yeah, I'm going to pull this one over here for a potential Aegis. And... oh, and I could reposition with this fella here. Could bring this over here, actually. So, Serpent can gain something. Ooh. So, if we are actually going to do this big one, which would be nice, then the moon thing is a problem. Obviously, this is Jungle Hungers is pretty nice. I mean, it's going to do some serious work for us because we're pretty much guaranteed to get the threshold. So I think it is a Jungle Hungers kind of situation. And then let's see what green gets. Land Thrashes, there's just not enough blight on the board. This obviously works well with Vigor, because it's going to grant me the icons. And at 6, we will be able to afford to play it. Tsunami, I think, is not really needed. I mean, it's a fairly clear-cut rap situation. Paratroopers, as their friends call them. So let's we'll do the Serpent Rousers first, and oh yeah. So we've got 3 damage, so we will destroy a city. Oh, it wants me to push. Okay, well that's acceptable. We just want to push into a forest, I suppose. We'll push into this forest here. And then this is the overflow damage from Vengeance. So we could do it in here, or we could do it in here. I actually want to make sure this land gets cleared. Then we've got the pillar, so that's 10 damage. So we need to make sure we do 3 damage in here. Ooh, now we just need to destroy cities. So we need to, I've got to just focus on the buildings, especially as we've got Jungle Hunger's potential now to destroy these vast amounts of... 3, 5, 7, and 3 more. Okay. Okay, that's lots more fear, and we can finish off this city and this guy, so we're getting no building there. Purified Flame is actually going to be useless, because I've oh no, we've moved. We've moved. This is the thing about Two-Spirit, is that you become so incredibly powerful. I mean, this is probably an extreme example with Serpent. You become incredibly powerful, but it's still kind of... I find it hard to kind of keep it all in my head. It's still a bit pointless. Oh, it's creeping. So it's, easier but more complex. Right, so we're going to have 7 energy, so this could be a good turn for a reclaim. And now we know we just need to destroy cities. Maybe that's possible. Nice, we can move our presence into a forest and maybe do some jungle hungering with our Serpent. So maybe we could move... Oh no, that's not a one we can move. We can only move the presence at a distance of 1. Green's kind of got some stuff going on. I think green's going to want to... I think we want to do some blazing renewal here. I'm wondering if we're actually going to be able to do this. There's part of me that just wants to do it for the sake of it. Moon, fire, mountain. I mean, how viable is that? This is moon, fire. This is obviously whatever we want it to be. This is some more fire. I mean, it's possible. We've got 2 Ennies as well. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. So, we're going to reclaim with green. Yeah, that's just how it is. And we're going to have 7 energy. So we can't afford a major in blazing. So, but maybe I want to think about getting a major for next turn, or even just getting a better major. We can even look at the deck. We're guaranteed to have these. Power Storm could be pretty amazing. We could Power Storm and give it to our friend Serpent here, just for the Ultra Wombs. Or Serpent could just Power Storm themselves, of course. And those aren't even that bad icons for Serpent. I guess the purple's mildly awkward, because we're not really very purple. But even if we just don't use it without Threshold, we're looking at, you know, multiple pillars, multiple Youngles, or even multiple Blazing Renewals. Because Blazing Renewal is basically going to clear a land. How many cities we've got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've only got 4 lands with cities. Sorry, 4 cities in 3 lands. So can we do it in the fast phase? Can we get it? Can we get it done? Possibly. I think if any spirit is going to have Power Storm, it should be Serpent. So I'm going to switch over to Serpent, and I'm going to go with gaining... Yeah, oh, but then I've got cards that I don't need. I mean, I've got cards... So, okay, let's gain the Major, because we know it's going to include Power Storm. See, we've been offered these other options, so we're going to take the Power Storm, and I think we're going to get rid of Absorb Essence, because we've not really got any use for it. Yeah, no need for that nonsense. And then green, now that we've given Power Storm to Serpent, we're going to reclaim with Serpent. And now that green is able to just get something or other, I think we are going to go with a minor, because obviously if we can get something good, if we can get a complementary, a card that's complementary icon-wise, that we've already got Quicken the Earth Struggles. Maybe we just look at a major and possibly just get rid of it. Okay, so land thrashes is actually, there's just not much blight about. I mean, there's this blight here, so land thrashes is pointless. We'll just take Paralyzing Fright, because, you know, we like fast fear around here. And let's get rid of Purifying Flame. And we've got to move some presence around. Oh, Snake has to move a presence. So we like having we've already got a presence there. Okay, let's just make this a sacred site, I suppose. Yeah. It's just got the 25 energy. Just really struggling for energy this game. Right. Got this to think about as well. Guess. So we've actually got destroyed presence that we could add. Let's just add a destroyed presence. It's quite expensive though. We are a bit poor. Okay. Hands are so big now that everything's tiny. Right. So we want to be Power Storming. We want to be booning. We want to be jungle hunting, because it's going to be the easiest mass destruction. Oh, we wanted to move into jungle with Serpent. That's a good point. We're not in this jungle. Or this jungle. That's actually something we needed to do. Rather than all this messing around doing here. What are you thinking, peasant? What are you thinking? So we don't have to undo too far to do that. This is one of those things where in the physical game you just say, oh yeah, I remember that. So we're going to move this chap But yeah, we want that to actually... oh no. We actually want that to stay there. So I'm going to move this into here. So we've got that jungle. And maybe we can mostly take care of that with jungle hungers. Oh, actually, that's a really good jungle hunger spot. Okay, never mind. Right, so we'll place a destroyed presence in here. The reason I say that's good is because it... oh, actually, this is a good one too. We can't get over there. Alright, okay, let's just play these cards. I mean, it would be pretty cool to do repeat power. You could play Vengeance of the Dead multiple times in the same space. Like, play Vengeance of the Dead twice. Then, for every town that's destroyed, you can destroy another town. Wahaha, the wombs. Great big scads of combo everywhere. Let's go with that. And I guess we are Aegising. It feels a bit silly to Aegis like that. And that's all our plays. Ugh. Serpent underpowered. So we can do double jungle hungers, so we could do it in here and in here. And then yeah, so maybe we could do this in the slow phase, because all of our sand wetland builds. Oh, this is a city build over here. So maybe if I slap this with green. Oh, or if yeah, so if greens get some Dahan business going on in here. So yeah, we'll send in the troops over here to deal with this land, because then in the Ravage they'll finish the job, and then there will be no build. Okay, so that's seems okay. And we are going to be Pillar of Living Flaming twice, maybe, or maybe Jungle Hungering twice. Yeah, I think that's good. Yeah, I think doing it with Dahan is you know, it's good. We like that. So we've got these two. So currently we just need a red to get the secondary ability. Obviously wrap wings would be nice to get all these guys together, but that's going to require purple, and yeah, it's going to require purple. We might have a spare purple kicking around at the end, we'll see. We've got 2 more actions and only 1 more energy, so I guess we could gnaw a few root biters. I mean, gnaw some root biters, I suppose. Green is just doing unglamorous work here, but I think we want to make sure that we're not too wasteful with our spends, because we are a little bit restricted. Some all-enveloping green, and so I think we go with the root biters, and we're just going to push something into here. I mean, green just feels like a, you know, sidekick at this point. Okay, so we are Aegising in here. 7 defense, lovely stuff. Then we are going to be power. Okay, yeah, we need to work out what we're doing with our icons. So to get the threshold on this, we could get this. We could get the threshold on Power Storm to be playing the same thing multiple times. We've only got 2 moons here, so at best we've got 2 Ennies and the elementals, but we could get up to 5. We could get up to 5 moons. We've only got 2 mountains though, because we're a bit off brand here. I think that's not happening. I think we could go with multiple Power Storms. So we could repeat Pillar, we could repeat Jungle Hungers. Maybe you could even repeat Power Storms and target our friend here for lots of Dahan fun. Yeah, maybe that. I think we go with boosting Power Storm. So to do that, we need to use one of our element gains. It'd be nice for this spirit to have the extra purple. So we're going to be booning a purple across, just booning it over there. And then for our Power Storm, we just need a yellow, a purple. We've got the fire. A yellow and a purple, and maybe an extra mountain would be good. I mean, it would be nice to get this as well, but that's we could if we gained a green, yeah, then we're short on blue. Okay, we're not waking in power today. We are going to do this. So that's a... Oh yeah, we've triggered this threshold. We've not triggered this threshold. Oh my god. We like triggering this threshold. Maybe we don't. Well, I'm not undoing that. I'm just not. Okay. So we're gonna double do this. Okay. So we go. Oh yeah, we don't need to. Oh god, it's gonna make me undo everything. All right. So we're gonna elemental boon to get the yellow and a purple. And a yellow, a purple, and maybe a green. A yellow, a purple, and a green. Okay. So yellow, purple, green, and then we need to actually just gain a purple to get the multiple. Thing is, if I don't have the threshold on this, I'm not actually that interested in doing it multiple times. The other thing is that if I threshold this, I can play Elemental Boon again. Oh, yeah, so we will threshold this. We will target ourselves. So now I can repeat up to 2 more power cards by Pentecost. So I'm going to target myself. Then I'm going to Boon again. So if I'd realised that, maybe I could have got this effect. But I'm short on mountains as well. Okay, we've got these thresholds here. Don't really care about these other things that green is up to. I mean, we could maybe reach for this now. We just need a blue and a green and a mountain. But we also want the green. Oh, the green. Okay, blue, green, mountain. Okay, so blue, green, mountain. And so repeated boon, and we want to probably repeat Pillar of Living Flame and maybe Jungle Hungers, though maybe I might want to repeat some of this stuff with green. Okay, so I think we're gonna be sending green in to do some damage. We're actually sitting. Dahan's sitting with anyone at the moment, not really. So we could gather up to 5 somewhere and just kind of paratroop them in. We might even be able to just wipe out this space here. So, we don't actually have a good green land with adjacencies. Obviously, this would have been something nice to... Okay, what I can do is I can gather these 4 in and then do 8 damage in here. I think I'm going to do that. So, we'll gather these lads in. In you come. And we're not going to move them, I don't think. Oh, there's a ravage over here as well. But it's okay. I think we're okay. We're just going to keep them where they are. Don't know why it's giving me this option to move 0. And then we're going to just destroy the city first. So, because we are just trying to get towards this terror. This victory here, the destruction of cities, and then we can push into here, and this is by destroying this town. Obviously we'll finish the job in the Ravage. We're also preventing a city build there. These builds are just going to be town builds. So we've repeated Boon, we can repeat Pillar and Jungle Hungers. Now looking at the situation now, I could play Power Storm again on green, and then green could maybe do some more Dahaning. I don't think I'm going to do that. Okay. We could repeat Aegis and defend in here and here, and just keep this gratuitously healthy island. But no, I want to be prioritising destruction. Okay. And we've got some all-enveloping green to fend for. I guess that just takes care of that land there. So we'll do that then. We still have elements to gain. Is that the case? Looks like it is the case. So obviously, if we can get another mountain, it's more kind of Serpent Slumber damage. So I guess we'll just go with a mountain. And we're not doing theirs anymore. Okay, so finish. Okay. Right. So each player would choose a different land, removes up to 2 health invaders per disc in there. Well, so obviously this is a nice opportunity to prevent builds. We can remove a city in here, and that means we're getting, I think we remove a city in here, and then we can just smash with these things. So remove the city and explorer. Oh, we can actually almost just win here. So we're going to be jungle hungering in here to destroy this city in the slow phase. Okay. I think this is okay. And then we can do it somewhere else as well. Let's prevent a build here. Not that I really go for score. It's not really how I roll. Remove 2 explorers or a town from each land with huts. Okay. Thanks for just doing that for me, game. We have just let a load of blight go down, but it's alright. It's acceptable. We just have these 2 cities now, and now we're into the slow phase, the might phase. So I guess we have multiple ways of doing this. Well, we can jungle hungers in here to get rid of that city, and we could go the double jungle hunger, I mean, we can't rouse in anger. I think one day I will do a run where we actually rouse in anger. So I think this is done now. Okay, it's over. There are no cities, so that took a lot longer than I expected. I guess it's potentially quite a slow game. So thanks so much. I've been Peasant. Likes, subscribes, that kind of thing are really appreciated. Suggestions for other dual spirit runs to go with. And until next time, keep it spiritual.